Hello all, how are you doing today? I am here with one of my budget tips, I guess, or experiments more of the week. Like I said, you guys have expressed interest in seeing more just little budgety videos, and so I'm just sharing with you when I have my daily quips of knowledge or failed experiments, whatever it is. I just think it's fun to talk about. I find it interesting. Obviously, I'm a math nerd, and so I just find this numbers game intriguing sometimes, and like I said, I know I'm a total nerd, so I don't know if you guys follow me in that, but if you're watching this video, you probably do. Okay, so I've had this book for a long time, and I have never read it, and this is the Tightwad Gazette 2. Now, there is a Tightwad Gazette 1, and these are older books. I think the second one, this one is from like 1990. Let me look. 1995. So this baby is 20 years old. So a lot of the information here is dated and not necessarily relevant anymore. Anyway, I recently just started reading this, and I don't have a lot of time to read, so I don't know how long it will take me to actually get through the book. But I found something that was interesting, and so I'm going to read you the little blurb. It's only like 4 or 5 paragraphs, so we're going to have some reading time tonight, and I'm going to tell you what I did. So here we go. So this is in a portion called Do Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's talking about how even though it seems like a very small savings, you should pay attention to it because, and it lists you like 5-6 reasons why. So maybe I'll do another video on that. But basically, this one is talking about which is cheaper to use, cloth or paper napkins. And so I've heard this debate before. And honestly, I'm going to be completely transparent. I don't go through a lot of paper napkins and paper towels. It's just me, like, if I buy one, like, 200, 400 pack of napkins, it lasts me, a good month, probably. Because, like, when I eat, the only time I eat at home is dinner, and it's just me, so I might use, like, 2 napkins for every dinner. That's like 100 dinners, right, if it's a $200 pack. And then, like, when I have my family over and there's, like, 6 of us on Wednesdays, 10 napkins. So I might use, 20 napkins a week. That's 10 weeks. So a pack of napkins lasts me actually more than a month. Now, paper towels is another story. Also, I don't go through a whole lot of paper towels. This is completely stupid, but there is a TED Talk video. I'm going to try to find it and link it down below. And it was like the stupidest video, but I found myself adopting the practice that it talks about. And all it is a video where the guy talks about how you can dry your hands with one paper towel. And it's like you shake your hands and then you dry the hands and fold the towel and then fold it each time. So it's like shake and fold. And like I said, I thought it was like the stupidest video at the time, but the guy talks about all the statistics about how much paper, is destroying the environment, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to try to find that video. I don't know if it's still around. I watched it a while back, and I'll try to link it down below. And again, it was a stupid video, but like I do that now. Like when I dry my hands, I use one towel. And he's like completely right. My hands get drier than like if I was to use 2 or 3 towels. So I do try to be just kind of environmentally conscious, but paper towels I go through more when I'm cleaning. But when I'm cleaning things, like if I'm dusting around the house, I will go through like half a roll of paper towels probably. And that's bad. So I would say probably paper towels, like if I get a 6-roll pack, it probably lasts me a good month though, maybe even 2 months. So to be honest, I'm already very aware of my paper consumption, and I try to be conscious of it. So I don't waste a lot of paper. And so honestly, this isn't necessarily a cost saving thing for me. It'll save me a couple dollars a year, but if I had like a family of 4, I'm sure I would go through napkins and paper towels like nobody's business and be wasting a lot of money on paper products. So honestly, I don't spend a lot of money on paper products, but environmentally, obviously, using cloth napkins and cloth cleaning towels instead of a paper towel is obviously better for the environment. So even though I may not be saving a whole lot monetarily by doing this, I'm going to give it a try because it is better for the environment, and it's supposed to save you money. Okay, let me get to reading or I'm going to run out of time. All right, it says she's talking about the cost breakdown. So it says, naturally, I could never wash a full load of cloth napkins since I have only 30, but I figured the cumulative effect would eventually result in an extra load of laundry. So the best way to calculate it was as if I were washing a full load of napkins. How many in a load? Theorizing that the material in cloth napkins was about the same type and thickness as in twin sheets, I used sheets as a basis for calculation. I figured out how many napkins equaled a sheet by comparing them two ways, by weight and by square inches. Factoring in sheet hems, the napkin hems were negligible. I averaged those two napkins in a sheet numbers and multiplied that by 8, which is the total number of sheets I can wash in a single load. I concluded I could wash 200 napkins in a single load. I didn't factor in the cost of purchasing the napkins. All that I have were either homemade, given to me, purchased at yard sales, or are more than 12 years old and still going strong. So I like that. It says, figuring that it costs 12.5 cents for detergent, about 4 cents for electricity. See, that's probably different nowadays, but whatever. Figuring that it costs 12.5 cents for detergent and about 4 cents for electricity to run a cold wash cycle based on information in a brochure from the electric company, I can wash 200 napkins for 16.5 cents. I hang my laundry to dry, but if I had to use my dryer, I would have to add 44 cents for 60 minutes of dryer time to dry the 8 sheets to the total cost. If I had to pay for water, we have a well, I would have to figure that in. If I had to use a pay machine, the cost would be higher. The cheapest paper napkins cost 50 cents per 120, or 40/100th of a cent each. Washing and machine drying cloth napkins cost 30/100ths of a cent each. Washing and air drying cloth napkins cost 8/100th of a cent each. If a family of 4 uses 12 napkins per day, one at each meal, paper napkins would cost $17.52 per year versus air-dried cloth napkins at $3.50 per year. So, cloth napkins could save about $14 per year or $140 per 10 years or $1,400 per 100 years, or this trivial bit of information is yours to do with as you will. So, okay, I read that little blurb and it prompted me to see if I could find myself some cleaning cloths. So I actually have like 2 or 3 packages of napkins like stockpiled. So I don't know if I'm really going to use these for napkins or in lieu of paper towels. I'm really going to have to see how well they clean first because, you know, paper towels, they're sanitary, there's nothing on them, and sometimes when you use cloths, you get the little fuzzies and the microfiber cloths, blah, 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 but they don't work on certain things. Like, if you use it on a TV, it's different than a coffee table on, you know what I mean, on glass. It's kind of like different cloths work better for different things. So I'm not really sure yet. I'm going to try a few of them out and see how they clean. They don't seem very absorbent, but maybe they're more absorbent than a paper towel. I don't know. So this is an experiment. I'll have to do an update video. But I went to the Samaritan Center and everything I got was supposed to be $10, but when he rang it up, he charged me $9. So I don't know if they were having a sale or maybe 1 or 2 of the items had been marked down and I didn't know. So anyway, everything I'm about to show you cost me $9 and it's going to yield like a lot. So I got some pretty ones that I, like I said, might use for napkins because they are very pretty in my opinion. And then I got a steal that I'm definitely going to use for cleaning cloths. So, at Samaritan Center, they had napkins hung up basically with the bed linens, and they were hung on like those little clip hangers, and they were hung on like a clothing rack. So that's where I found them in my store, so you might want to look there. So this is 8 napkins for $2. So this is 50 cents a napkin, and these are huge. So I was thinking the bigger napkins, they had a lot of the smaller ones that were like 1/4 of a square, but I was thinking, the larger ones would make better cleaning cloths, so I opted for the larger ones. So these were 8 napkins for $2, and actually, like I said, probably a little less because everything I'm about to show you is $9 total. And these are pretty. I mean, there's no stains or anything. They're not torn. They're not ripped. I mean, they've barely been used, obviously. And they just got this pretty floral pattern. So that's my first little bunch. And like I said, I got the big ones. So really good, affordable prices. Now, if you wanted them to all match, you may not like this, but I could care less if they match. But I do have kind of like a theme, I guess. They're mostly all floral. This pack was 6 napkins for $1.50. So these ones were only $1/4 each. I tried to buy the ones that were $1/4 each, but they didn't have that many that were the larger size. So I did have to get some of the 50 cents a piece, but whatever. These will probably last me for like the rest of my life. So these are just a pretty kind of blue floral. Again, these are not quite as big as the others, but these are, you know, the large cloths, which, you know, if I was dusting a coffee table or something, this is a very large cloth. It would take it a while. It'd probably, you know, I'd use maybe 1 or 2 cloths cleaning my whole house instead of a half a roll of paper towels. This one, again, I was opting for the quarter ones first. This was 4 napkins for $1. And these ones are a little bit smaller. They're just kind of like a plain salmon color, and a quarter a piece. These ones are actually my favorite. I don't know why. I just like 70s brown and gold and orange. I'm a moon child. So this was 6 napkins for $1.50, so a quarter a piece. And they basically just had these like tagged together. So these ones are my favorite pattern because it's the most like vintagey looking. Again, the very, very large ones. And my last set of like real legit napkins are these ones, which I also like the pattern. These ones, I think this is what he charged me less for, because these ones were more expensive than all of the other ones. Everything, like the most expensive pack was $2, and these were $3, and I think he charged me $2 for these, is what I think. But anyway, let's say he charged me $2 because it was $1 cheaper than I anticipated. So 6 napkins, again, $2, $3, 50 cents or less a napkin. So there are those. And so those are all the legit napkins, and total that is, let me count here. So in total that is 32 napkins, and in the little Tightwad Gazette she said she had 30, and so obviously I think 32 would be sufficient for me. And so that's not everything I got. I also found this, and this was just hanging in like the fabric. And this is just like a, you know, someone's scraps that are left over. This one, I found this and I was like, oh, I'm definitely getting that. This was $1 for this whole like bolt of fabric almost. And it's not the prettiest, but this one is for sure gonna replace some paper towels. This is just a like jersey or t-shirt, stretchy. This is basically like a t-shirt or stretchy type material. And yeah, it's just got raw edges, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, this thing is humongous, like, and so I'm not sure exactly how many rags this is going to cut, but it's going to be a lot. It's probably at least going to be like 10, and that was $1, so those are going to be 10 cents a piece. After I cut those, maybe I'll let you guys know at the end of the video how many cloths I actually got. I guess just kind of think outside the box. If you go to your local flea market, thrift store, and you can't find any, look for something like this. They have fabric remnants all the time at secondhand stores, and so look for something you can cut. We're gonna see what happens. So let me know down below, have you tried to use cloth napkins as like paper towel, like polishing, dusting cloths, like that you would use Pledge or even Windex with? I'm afraid they would leave fibers, but I don't think they will with the material. Should I just use these as napkins and use this as the cleaning cloths, or should I use them both as cleaning cloths? I don't know. Leave me your feedback below. I'm totally new to this, but I'm just trying random things and sharing them with you guys so we can have conversations and talk about it, because again, I'm a nerd and I think about the numbers and it intrigues me because I'm a math nerd. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Have you switched to cloth napkins a long time ago? Do you use cloth cleaning towels? What's your experience? Have you guys saved like a massive amount of money from not purchasing paper products, you know? And yeah, that's it. So I love you guys. I will see you later. Talk to me down below. Talk to me down below. Bye. All right, so I just finished cutting my cloths. Here is my table. You can kind of see, like, there's a chair. They're like a foot and a half by foot and a half, kind of. They're very large cloths. I basically just took one of those cloth napkins I bought and just cut them in squares. I folded it in half and cut 2 at a time. My scissors were horrible, so it took me longer than I expected, and my hand hurts. But this fabric kept going and going and going and going and going. And so you can see how big these are, like, compared to my hand. These are huge, nice, big cleaning cloths. I got 18 cloths, and I only had to throw a little tiny scrap away. So that's like 5.5 cents per cloth, and these are, like I said, it's basically kind of like a t-shirty material, and again, that whole entire bolt was $1. And these ones I think will be super absorbent because they're more of a cottony fabric, like I said, than the napkins are. So we'll see. Again, leave your comments below. Bye.